We all know just how brutal Hollywood can be. We've seen too many great actors fall. All you need is a bad film choice and your A-list career goes poof. Remember Jared Leto? One moment he's up there receiving an Oscar, and before you know it, his stunt as the Joker has ruined him forever. There were others like Jared, but some of them didn't give up. Today we'll list down 10 once-forgotten actors who made successful comebacks. First up, we've got Alec Baldwin. We've rarely gotten a break from seeing this actor out and about. Now, many of you may not remember this, but his career came to an abrupt halt after his very public divorce from Kim Basinger in 2002. Before then, he had it all. Alec was called one of Hollywood's biggest stars in the early 90s. He had significant roles in The Hunt for Red October, Glengarry Glen Ross, and The Marrying Man. But the turn of a new century had a few shocks for the actor. There was undeniably a lot of drama in his personal life around that time. As a result, the star tried to seclude himself from the public eye. He limited his roles in the late 90s, and we thought that was gonna be it. It wasn't long before he came roaring back and proved everyone wrong. Thanks to Tina Fey, Baldwin got to play one of the greatest modern TV characters in 2006 30 Rock, Jack Donaghy. The actor got his big screen stardom back with roles in films like The Cooler, The Departed, and The Cooler. Coming up is Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was dubbed the symbol of masculinity in 80s Hollywood, the tough guy. Unfortunately, his career was overshadowed by his personal life in the 90s. In 1991, Mickey decided to quit acting and start a career in boxing. His boxing career was pretty successful, but that doesn't mean he didn't face injuries. You know you're up for some bruises when you step into the ring. And man, the injuries Mickey had to deal with were nasty. He had a broken nose, ribs, and toe. He also had a compressed cheekbone, and to top it all off, a split tongue. Ouch! He required plastic surgery, which also didn't go as planned. The actor said that he chose the wrong guy for the surgery who left his face a mess. Turns out that was exactly what he needed. That look worked to his advantage and helped him relaunch his career. Robert Rodriguez's Sin City featured Mickey as the menacing character of Marv, and boy, he stole the show. After this came a stellar performance in The Wrestler, and everyone loved that. Next is Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris rose to fame as the main character in Doogie Howser MD. This show ran from 1989 to 1993 and was pretty successful, but something happened when it ended. Neil completely disappeared. The actor had only a few TV appearances in nearly 10 years. Most of us thought he was just one of those one-hit wonder child stars, but that wasn't true. He was back on the scene 10 years later as he parodied himself in the Harold and Kumar film series, and the rest is history. The star landed his role of Barney Stinson in the popular sitcom How I Met Your Mother, and he became a household name. Since then, the actor's hosted 4 Tony Awards ceremonies and the Primetime Emmy Awards twice. What's more, he also hosted the Academy Awards in 2015. Today, Neil is one of the most recognizable faces on Broadway and television. Now we've got Katharine Hepburn. Even the greatest actors face dips in their careers, and that included the legendary leading lady of early Hollywood, Katharine Hepburn. She may have a record of 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress, but even her career wasn't without its setbacks. Her initial stories of success came in the early 1930s. The woman was known and loved for her performances like Eva Lovelace in Morning Glory, a role that earned her her first Oscar. And then there was the remarkable success of Little Woman. After that, though, things went down when the actress faced many commercial failures. Have you guys heard of Spitfire, Quality Street, or Break of Heart? No, right? We thought as much, given how poorly these films fared with the audiences. But Katharine didn't give up. She came roaring back with her performance in The Philadelphia Story in 1940. Then she formed a legendary screen partnership with Spencer Tracy with so many classic films that put her name back at the top. Moving on, we have Jason Bateman. Jason had his claim to fame as an adolescent TV actor in the 1980s. His roles in shows like Silver Spoons and The Hogan Family are unforgettable, but drugs and alcohol nearly destroyed the actor's life. He made horrible appearances in trashy films and canceled TV shows. His major comeback came in 2003 with his role as Michael Bluth in Arrested Development. That show became one of the greatest modern comedies ever and earned Jason many awards. What's more, that performance got the actor many successful roles on the big screen: Juno, Up in the Air, Horrible Bosses, and The Gift. Now make way for Drew Barrymore's comeback. Like Bateman, Drew Barrymore also had to deal with the trials of being a child star that tarnished her career. The actress rose to fame in the 1980s with unforgettable roles in E.T., Irreconcilable Differences, and Firestarter, but she got caught up with alcohol and drug abuse at a very young age. And we mean really young. She was in rehab twice at just 13 years old. Fortunately, the actress got the help she needed that helped her transition to the successful adult actress she is today. Her films like Poison Ivy and Everyone Says I Love You garnered a lot of popularity. These films paved the way for her to star in more famous rom-coms like The Wedding Singer and Charlie's Angels. Up next is another Hollywood legend, Marlon Brando. Many of you may not remember this, but Marlon Brando had a period in his career when he was almost forgotten. The now legendary actor made his mark in Hollywood with his unforgettable portrayal of Stanley Kowalski in 1951's A Streetcar Named Desire. He built his portfolio with projects like On the Waterfront, Julius Caesar, and The Wild One. But the 60s weren't a good decade for Brando, as he appeared in a string of box office flops. He didn't get a successful film for years, and he made quite the comeback. He stunned everyone with his portrayal of Vito Corleone in 1972's The Godfather, which is hailed as the best film of all time. His performance earned Marlon his second Academy Award. After The Godfather's success, Brando gained further praise for his role in Last Tango in Paris. Let's take a look at John Travolta's stellar comeback comeback. We can't imagine anyone other than Travolta playing Vincent Vega in the 1993 cult classic Pulp Fiction. Surprisingly, this role wasn't supposed to be his. At the time of this film's production, the actor had faded into obscurity. Even though he was one of Hollywood's biggest stars in the mid to late 70s, no one can forget the success of Grease and Saturday Night Fever. Unfortunately, his career went down with many failed appearances. Box office flops and booms by critics are well known to this man, but he got his foot back in the main scene, all thanks to Tarantino. Quentin is a movie buff who remembered Travolta's talent from his golden days, so he was cast as the iconic character. We all know about the success of Pulp Fiction. His role earned him an Oscar nomination, just the boost he needed. His career got back up with films such as Swordfish, Face Off, and Get Shorty. Coming up, we got Joaquin Phoenix. Did you know what would happen if a reputed actor told everyone that they're quitting acting to pursue a hip-hop career on national television? They're not getting their way back, even if it was a prank. Still, Joaquin Phoenix managed exactly that. He was one of the most critically acclaimed actors, with performances in movies like Gladiator, Two Lovers, and Walk the Line. He had 2 Academy Award nominations under his belt when he suddenly shocked everyone on Late Night with David Letterman, announcing that he was quitting his acting career. Later, as we all found it was revealed that this move was for a mockumentary film by him and Casey Affleck. The stunt backfired, though, as the film failed at the box office. As a result, Phoenix took a self-imposed break from acting. Eventually, he made his comeback in 2012's The Master. Since then, he's impressed us all with his breathtaking performances in Her, Inherent Vice, and The Joker, which got him his first Academy Award for Best Actor. Finally, we've got Robert Downey Jr. This man may be one of the highest paid actors today, but there was a time when he thought he'd lose his career. His career made waves in the late 80s and early 90s. The actor got many successful titles like Less Than Zero, Natural Born Killer, and Soap Dish. But like other young stars in this video, his career was also tarnished by drug addiction. In fact, Robert has also spent time in jail for drug possession. Coming back from that seemed impossible. But it wasn't. Thanks to his role in 2003's The Singing Detective, Rob was able to get his career back on track. He went on to work in successful films like Zodiac and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and then came the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the rest is history. That's a wrap for this video. Which comeback is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.